Let's talk about World War II ration books. Ration Book 1 ended up being a little bit different than the rest, as they were allocated for specific things. For example, stamps 1 through 4 were for 1 pound of sugar, 5 through 7 for 2 pounds, 13 through 14 for 5 pounds, 15 through 16 for 5 pounds of sugar specifically for canning, 17 through 18 for a pair of shoes, and 19 through 28 for 1 pound of coffee. Ration Book 2 and onwards was less specific about what the stamps were allocated for. They are instead allocated by color coding, red stamps for meats and fats, and blue stamps for processed foods. Now, Book 3 was interesting because it acted as a replacement for Book 2. That being said, it had an application required for it. However, it still continued on with blue and red stamps. Though Book 4 did continue on with the red and blue stamps as the 2 books prior, they did have 2 that were added in. That would be the green and black stamps. Now, the green stamps were issued to expected mothers to obtain extra processed foods, so to be an extra blue stamp, and black were just for spare. Similar to the stamps, red tokens were for meats and fats, and blue tokens were for processed foods. They're made of a fibrous material that feels like pressed paper, and Canada had something similar that had a hole through it. Now I'd like to talk about the family from these ration books. So from Ration Book 1, we have a family of 4, including a father, Arthur, his wife, May, and their 2 sons, Bruce, who was 2 years old at the time, and Ray, who was 14. Now, I can see this family of 4 all throughout the 4 ration books. However, in Ration Book 3, we do have a family member who was added, and that was little Doris, and I find this really cute because she is 6 weeks old at the time that this ration was given to her, and her occupation was listed as baby. I have tried to research the family. I have not been able to find much on Doris. However, Bruce in the 70s was recognized by the Library of Congress for his expertise in linguistics.